I did want to make sure went through at least one example that did not take place on the coordinate plane, so you can kind of see how this works. So we're being asked to find the length of PQ, and I know it's a length because there's no symbol on top saying that it's a shape. So remember, this means the length of segment PQ. So this is a number if Q is the midpoint of PR. And then we're told variable expressions for the length of PQ and the length of QR. So to verbalize my thought process, they gave me a picture. That's helpful. But my picture's not really complete yet because I'm told that Q is the midpoint, but there's nothing on my picture showing that Q is the midpoint. So to think about how do I show that Q is a midpoint on my picture, I go back to think about, okay, what does a midpoint mean? Well, the definition that I go with is a midpoint bisects a segment. Okay, so what does bisect mean? Okay, bisect means cut in half, but that's not a helpful definition in geometry. What was it that I had said? Oh, bisect means cut into two congruent pieces. So that means that this piece and this piece are exactly the same. So because those are exactly the same, this helps me set up my equation because that means that 9y minus 2 must be exactly the same as 14 plus 5y because that's what makes these two pieces congruent. So to set that up, well, 9y minus 2 is exactly the same as equal to 14 plus 5y. So now to solve this, I need to get all of my y's on one side. I would like to put my y's on the left side. I don't have to, I just feel like it. So that means I need to get rid of this plus 5y on the right. So to get rid of plus 5y, I subtract 5y. And anything I do on one side of the equation, I do to the other. So then 9y minus 5y is 4y. I haven't done anything to the minus 2 yet. And I haven't done anything to 14. And, well, the 5y is canceled. So now my y's are on one side. I can start isolating the y's. So I'm going to need to get rid of minus 2. To get rid of minus 2, I add 2. Do that to both sides of the equation. And I'm left with 4y equals 16. Divide both sides by 4. And I get that y is equal to 4. Now, before I say done with it, let me just make sure I've actually answered the question. Was I only asked to find the value of y? Well, so looking here, it says find the length of PQ. Okay, so this is not my answer. I need to make sure I find the length of PQ. So looking at this, PQ, the length of PQ is 9y minus 2. So I take 9 times the 4 that I just found out y is equal to, minus 2. So 9 times 4 is 36, minus 2 is 34, and this is our answer.